Welcome back. Stand up and tell me if you are Jamaican. Stand up and tell me if you love wild yam. Hey! Make me know if you're not Jamaican and don't big up on yourself right now, folks. Right now, I'm there back with another hot video. May I say big up to everybody who's subscribed to the show. Remember to go in the community tab and vote. Take the one question survey. Should Mark Golden renounce his dual citizenship? So today we have a question, folks, and I want us to answer that question. You understand me? Is Mark Golden hiding in plain sight? That's the question that we want to know. And you know, they say that hiding in plain sight, it means that something is so obvious that you miss it at first sight. It could be right in front of you and you can't even see it. You understand me? So we're going to look at a couple of things right now. Seeing? One of the things that I'm very, very disappointed in is the fact that everybody keeps talking about, Mark having the right to be in parliament and that it is constitutional. So they don't see what the argument is all about. Today I was reading the Gleaner and some professor, his thing, I guess it's of politics and what's the sociology or whatever it is. And him say him the one the end of the PMP cascas. And I was saying, what do you mean by the one in a cascas? But again, he's a professor of politics, not of law. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but Abe Abdu, he came out and just like Wildman says, he basically spoke about the fact that this issue of dual citizenship, it simply means there is an issue. Champini, we also hear him on Twitter when he talks about to Dayton. He said it's a question of morality, but it's not just a question of morality. It's a question of law. So I want to look at the things that people been wanting the folks to talk about, whether it's the Integrity Commission, whether it's the newspaper, whether it's this professor, that professor, or anybody. We want to look at the Constitution. Now, as an attorney himself, Mark Golden is aware of the letter of the law and the spirit of the law, right? The letter of the law simply means the literal meaning of what is written, and the spirit is also about intent. The Constitution does not contradict itself. So the same section 39, it did start by saying that subject to section 40. That's what it says. You're seeing it right now. Subject to section 40, which means that section 39 is the parent of section 40. There is no section 40 without section 39. And section 40 is what we need to focus on. And we talk about this in other video, but I'm going to further expound because that is what we do on this channel. You get what I'm saying? So the truth is that you cannot choose to be a dual citizen legitimately. You understand me? You cannot be legitimately nominated to parliament as a dual citizen. And that is where the problem came in. And this has nothing to do whether it has to do with Commonwealth or non-Commonwealth. Each country has laws of their own. So, look, man, section 40, subsection 2A, you understand me? What we really understand right here, so is that by his own words, he would have said him follow normal procedure and he obtained a Jamaican passport. But he did so after he was elected to the government. That's what he said on TVJ. So that alone tells us, because we know him study and he's been traveling all along. And Mark is a grown man. We don't even have to go into all of that right now. So again, Mark, folks, is in plain sight trying to misinterpret what the law says. You understand me? And I confuse people who they're too gullible or they are too loyal to him to see the real issue that we're dealing with at hand. So what Mark really is saying, to just break it down in simple terms, is that he must say, it's like Mark scale the fence for going to parliament. You understand me? This is the literal thing, It's like him scale the fence to go to parliament, and then the gatekeeper of parliament was not watching the fence. They were just watching the door to the parliament. Basically, he must say him no in the parliament because he was nominated there and nobody was paying attention to the fact that he needed to have renounced his dual citizenship before he was elected. That is where the issue really come in, It was not done before, which means that it wasn't lawfully and legitimately done. You understand me? And when the whole thing talk about the whole section 40, subsection 2A talk about by virtue of his act, any action, you understand me, any acknowledgement of allegiance, obedience, or adherence to a foreign power, you understand me, the power of the UK passport, you understand me, that is sanctioned by the UK government, the British government, or whatever you want to call. You cannot just decide to go take out a UK passport in and of your own, doing your own thing without that passport being connected to the higher power or the country to which, you understand me, which issues that, right? So just the whole thing of any act, which means that even if you're not there, even if it's not written here, and of course it's all subject to interpretation, even if it's not written there, it is clear that it simply means that if you're acting, if you are use the privileges of the country using their passport, and you did that until you became an adult, which means that you've been renewing it over and over again. But when the time for politics came in, you decide, say, you're going to get rid of it because you know what history says. You know that the own party that you lead, they had a whole issue with dual citizens before, took people to court, and people had to surrender theirs. Now we understand that the people from US or non-Commonwealth countries, we know that it's a different scenario, but each country has their own laws. You understand me? So the bottom line is you cannot be a subject of the king running another country. And too much conflict of interest right here, so Mark, make you do it. You understand me? Now, he knows because he's now saying that if the people then put on the pressure, you understand me? He will change. Well, just look at social media right now. Social media, a whole lot of people are catching on. And if you're willing to risk this being elected prime minister by doing something like this, then dog, name your supper. That's all I can say to you. You understand me? But in any way, you understand me? Mark Golden, clearly, I think this is a situation that needs to be settled, whether it's in court or by a referendum or something, but this cannot continue. You understand me? You have dual allegiances, divided loyalties. You understand me? Every Jamaican in our heart, we know, say, we want somebody that's legitimately Jamaican and that's committed to our country and no other countries, you understand me, to be the prime minister. But for now, it's politics. You understand me? PMP want win. They think they have a good chance of winning, so they're going to say anything they want. But the Jamaican people are saying, you renounce or you resign. Make sure you go ahead and take the survey. Make sure you go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Steady.